welcome to We Are Better Together, the channel created to put the value back into relationships. I am your host, CRJ. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing out here? In our last episode, we talked about value. Value being the number one reason of why we make decisions in life. You're not going to make that purchase if you don't see value in it, really any decision. Relationships are no different. If you don't see value in her, you probably are not going to ask her to marry you. And for the ladies, if you don't see value in him, you're probably not going to say yes. But if you don't say yes, give the ring back. Unless you live in California, then you don't have to. So, fellas, don't propose in California. So in this episode, what I'd like to do is talk about my top 10 reasons of why we are better together. Number one, children. Children are freaking hard to raise. I know because I'm doing it. And I'm doing it with my wife. And it's still hard. So I only can imagine what it would be like doing it by myself. Plus, at the end of the day, they need to see both sides in life. A girl needs to understand what it is to be a woman. But she also needs her father's love, and so she can see what a good man looks like. And boys need to feel a mother's love. No woman will ever love a boy or man the way a mom will. And they also need their dad to sometimes kick their ass because life is difficult, and they need to understand that. So at the end of the day, I do believe that most people get together for the purpose of raising a family, creating their team, creating their tribe, and of course for legacy. Number two, generational wealth. This is a buzzword that I've been hearing in the last couple of years, but unfortunately in our community, it's only been in the last couple of years. The easiest way to achieve generational wealth is through home ownership. But unfortunately in this country, most people don't make enough to achieve that by themselves. They do need another person, dual income. But after doing that, having that asset that you have, being able to refinance when the market is up and down, using that cash flow to help in the challenging times throughout your life. And then, of course, at the end, being able to pass down an asset to your children that's free and clear, therefore creating wealth for their generation. You get it? For the remedial generational wealth. This is something that is absolutely important and should be discussed even more. And of course, it is something that is a pertinent reason of why we are better together. Number three, holidays and vacations. Throughout the year, probably the most toughest time for a single woman is November through February. You have Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. I can only imagine what it might be like not having someone special in your life. These are all holidays that should be spent with someone that you love. But you don't need a man. Oh. So when you think about it, yeah, we are better together, especially during those times. They're joyous occasions, and they should not be spent alone. Vacations. Typically, those are taken through the summertime. And I can honestly say, in my life, I had some great times when I was single. I had some great times in college. But without a doubt, the best times in my life was going on vacation with my family. Packing up the car, driving to Florida, loading up the car, going to the airport, flying out west, seeing the joy in their face, looking at my team, my tribe, and allowing them to experience something that they hadn't experienced before. Absolutely. This is probably should be number one, but right now it's number three. Number four, when you're 70 plus. Now I understand that it's probably a little challenging to imagine, especially if you're in your 20s or 30s, what the world is like or what it's going to be like for you when you're 70. But if you're lucky, it's going to happen. And if you haven't created that tribe, that team, who's going to check on you? not your friends. Well, they're probably in their 70s too. And unfortunately, things happen. Now, this might sting a little, but I'm primarily talking to the women. Well, what do you mean? Men, they get old too. Yes, they do. But if a man has money in his pocket, he's probably not going to be alone. Al Pacino's 82 right now, and he has a 30-year-old girlfriend. Most women find it challenging to date when they get in that fall of life. And so finding somebody now, creating your tribe, creating your team should be taken as a priority, because in that time of your life, you don't want to be alone. Number 5 and 6 are kind of intertwined, so I'll say them both at the same time. Number 5, dating sucks. Yes, it's pretty cool when you're starting off in life, 21, 22, 24, 25. Interesting, learning about people. You have the energy, you want to hang out. Ask a 40-year-old, how's the dating life? How's the dating scene? How's your profile? It sucks. Going through the motions, meeting somebody, finding out after you've already spent the money how crazy she is, or going out with a guy and realizing that, oh, he left his wallet. Dating sucks. Number 6, that +1. When you don't have someone in your life and you get that invite to a wedding, to a dinner party, to a work function, who are you going to take? You know, I'll tell you a story. Many years ago when I was single, I won a trip. It was a nice trip. It was to an island. And at the time, I was dating 4 different women. Don't judge. I didn't know who to take. And so I put all of their names in a hat and I picked one. And so she was the lucky one. She got the invite. And probably 2 weeks after, she told me that, hey, this trip is great and I'm looking forward to it, but I don't have any time off. So I need you to cover my rent because I have to take off without pay. The hell? I'm giving you a free trip. All you have to do is bring your clothes and your birth certificate. I say all that to say is once you have your significant one, you don't have to worry about the crazies. You have that special person and they automatically become your +1. Number 7, perception. Now this one actually out of the entire 10 could be debatable, but I'm speaking on personal experience. Once I got this on my finger, I did feel like I was perceived as a more stable, more mature person in the business world. Going to sales calls, sales meetings. When they saw that, a lot of times women and men would ask, how long have you been married? Where did you meet your wife? How are things going? Maybe it was just a talking point. Maybe it was they wanted to just share their experiences. But I did get that feeling in the business world, like I said. This one is debatable, but obviously a plus. Number 8, the things you don't want to do. One plus about having someone in your life is that there are things that you just don't want to do, but they don't mind doing. I'll give you mine for an example. I love giving gifts. I hate wrapping gifts. But my wife acts like she used to work at Macy's. I love coming in the room and the bed is made up. I hate making up beds. These are 2 things that I really despise, but I like them to be done. You know what? She hates paying bills. I don't have a problem paying bills. There are things in life that you hate to do, but you just do. But I guarantee if you get someone in your life, there's going to be something that you can pawn off to them that they'll do. Number 9, the best excuse. How many times has someone walked up to your work and given you an invitation to something you know you don't want to go to, but you're not that quick to come up with a reason why you can't go? It's real easy to say, let me ask my wife and see what she's got going on. Not sure right now. It works. I've also used this when returning something at the store. You know damn well you don't have the receipt, and you know it's been past 30 days. And they'll say to you, where's the receipt? And you say, Man, I'm just bringing this for my wife. I don't know. It works. The best excuse. And number 10, when the shit hits the fan. If you live long enough in life, unfortunately, you will go through something. The loss of a parent, the loss of a friend, possibly the loss of a job, a bad accident, some type of sickness, and not having someone in your life at that time could potentially be worse than the incident itself. Yeah, we all are going to experience challenges if we live long enough. And not having someone there to hold, not having someone there to say it's going to be okay, not having that shoulder to potentially cry on. Yeah, we are better together. And to recap, number 1, children. Number 2, generational wealth. Number 3, vacations and holidays. Number 4, when you get old. Number 5, dating sucks. Number 6, a permanent +1. Number 7, stable and mature. Number 8, the things you don't want to do. Number 9, the best excuse. And number 10, when it hits the fan. I'm all about putting the value back into relationships. If not for us, we got to do it for the next generations, people. It took us 3 generations to kind of screw this up, so it's probably going to take 3 to get it right. But I'm willing to do my part. Thanks again. I'm CRJ. And don't forget, if you change your mind, you can change your life.